elaborate temples, exotic foods and friendly people, it is no wonder that thousands spend their holidays in Thailand every year. But the fact that Thailand also provides assembly line work for the world's electronic and textiles industries is less known. Mobiles, laptops and MP3 players are all cheap in Asia. The hard drives in all of these devices are largely manufactured in Thailand. The country is the largest hard drive exporter in the world. Every third disk that is installed comes from here. 500,000 Thai people are working in the electronics sector. No other industry is growing as quickly. Christina Schroeder and Andrea Ben Lasoud from the Austrian Civica agency are visiting an industrial park north of Bangkok. They have travelled to Thailand to investigate the working conditions in the electronics industry. These workers are employed by a Taiwanese supplier to Sony, HP and Dell. Before the night shift starts, they buy snacks from the small food stalls outside the factory gates. Filming inside the factory is not allowed. 12-hour shifts are standard fare here, and all the women work overtime. More than 10 hours every night are spent working on the machines. They report pain in their legs and back. Their salary is less than €100 a month.
Die meisten Arbeiterinnen sind Frauen,
Most of the workers
sind
are
junge
women,
Frauen,
young,
die meistens auch
unmarried women.
alleinstehend sind. Und wenn sie 8 Stunden arbeiten,
Working 8
reicht
hours a
ihnen
day
der
is
Lohn
not
nicht
enough.
aus, um die Runden
They
zu
must
kommen.
also
Das
work
heißt, sie müssen
overtime.
jeden Tag 2 oder 3
5,
Stunden
6,
Überstunden
7 days a
machen.
week.
Sie arbeiten 5, 6 oder sogar 7 Tage die Woche.
The company that ran this factory was Anyon. They manufactured parts for Samsung products until they suddenly closed up. To encourage investment, new companies in Thailand are exempt from taxes for several years. When this exemption period is expired, the factories close and then reopen under a new name. But this time, the workers did not play along and instead occupied the factory. They are demanding their unpaid wages and are preventing the management from starting again with new, cheaper labour.
Factory not like
The union.
union. I think this year he want to open factory new because he pay money for me. We are going outside.
A typical market in the province. Everywhere you look there is an abundance of fresh produce, but the people have to work hard to make ends meet. Such is the case for Manas Tebtu, who comes to this market to find his dinner. Previously his wife cooked for him, but after he had an accident at work, she left him. Manas worked at the company Korapad, a supplier of Samsung. The machine he used had a defect. Although he had reported this several times, it was never repaired. In March 2008, at the end of a 10-hour night shift, he caught his foot in the machine. Half his foot had to be removed. For Manas, the cost of ever cheaper computers has been high. The management promised to support him financially, but so far he has seen no money. Beneath the offices of German underwear manufacturer Triumph, the workers have built a camp. They are protesting against the sacking of nearly 2,000 people. Despite an annual turnover of over 2 billion Swiss francs, Triumph justify these dismissals by citing the economic crisis.
ทำงานที่ไทยอ้างมา 16 ปี ไม่เคยคิด
I've
ว่า
worked
จะ
here
ถูก
16
เลิกจ้าง
years as a seamstress and often forget that I am now unemployed.
ถ้าถามว่า
I'm 43 years
ต่อ
old.
ไปจะทำอะไรยังไม่รู้
It
เลย
is
ว่า
very
ตัวเองจะ
difficult to
ทำอะไร
find a
เพราะ
new
อายุ
job.
43 แล้ว
But if I go back to my village,
ถ้าไป
it is
ทำงานที่
worse,
อื่นไม่มีใครเขารับ
because
แน่
there
น
you
อ
can
น
do nothing.
เพราะว่าถ้ากลับ
There
บ้าน
you
ต่างจัง
cannot
หวัด
make money.
ก็ไม่มีอะไรจะทำนอกจากทำนา
Protesters are making their presence felt here too, outside the Department of Labour Protection in Bangkok. Despite the economic collapse, Another Triumph factory in Nakhon Sawan has been expanded, but the trade unions argue that it is running on even cheaper labour and there is no worker representation. Previously, Triumph were considered a good employer in Thailand. Pay was above average and the staff were allowed to organise themselves. But then, says Triumph, came the economic crisis. Whether Triumph is deliberately ridding itself of unionised workers is difficult to prove. The bottom line for these debt-ridden workers is that cheap goods still have a price, and it is they who are left bearing the burden.
All of us are living in the debt circle. Many of us have external debt. So I ask, how many people have debt? I can ask again. ยกมือหน่อยสิใครมีหนี้สินบ้างอุ้ย100ละเท่าไหร่ดอกเบี้ย120จริงๆอ่ะ The interest is 20 baht per month. This is beyond the legal framework is about 15 baht or 15% per year. But the interest that they pay now is about 20% per month.
Triumph has paid these workers a severance pay, but they want to be reinstated into their old jobs, and so the strike continues. Rampu Puyen, who lost her job at Triumph, is still living in a poor neighbourhood near the factory. She has begun packing her things. Her hope lies with the unionists who have travelled to Europe to negotiate with the management of the German underwear manufacturer. If they fail to reverse the dismissals, then like many others, Rampu will be forced to return to a village, to a life with no income and even more debts.